Hi, I'm Wayne Cassio. In today's business environment, trust is a fragile commodity. Although it is highly prized, it is often in short supply. Many institutions are struggling to build and to maintain workplaces where values like honesty, integrity, and respect define how they do business. Trust provides a foundation for exceptional performance. It underlies risk-taking, accountability, service, creativity, customer loyalty, and a sustainable competitive edge. Trust is built through the relationships that people have with one another. This is a story about a business that gets it right, a business that is global in its reach and that strives to be socially responsible in markets in which it does business. The company is Starbucks Coffee, headquartered in Seattle, Washington.
All the businesses that I have been in are about people. And all the companies that I've worked for have had the understanding that customer service is paramount. The way that we talk about the partner is probably embedded more in all of our strategic discussions and all of our P&L conversations than any other company that I've worked for.
The Global Consumer Products Group at Starbucks is the division of the company that handles all of the business that we actually have outside of our stores. You know, when you buy the bottle Frappuccino, the double shot, the Starbucks iced coffee at your local convenience store, that business is being handled through our group. The way that we do it is by engaging in partnerships with some of the major consumer product companies around the world.
We really focus in on our customers' coffee experience. I mean, everything that we do, we try to do it in a way that allows us to stay true to the core of who we are. And we are a coffee company. We are very well positioned to be able to provide a solution to the entertainment industry. So we started out with music, built some success and credibility, and have moved into film and into books. And the most recent was the music label, Hear Music, which we formed with the exciting news of Paul McCartney as our first artist that we signed.
Starbucks purchases and roasts high-quality, whole-bean coffees, and it sells them along with fresh, rich-brewed, Italian-style espresso beverages, a variety of pastries and confections, and coffee-related accessories and equipment, primarily through its company-operated retail stores. In addition, Starbucks sells whole bean coffees through a specialty sales group and supermarkets. It also produces and sells bottled Frappuccino coffee drink and a line of premium ice creams through its joint venture partnerships, and it offers a line of innovative premium teas produced by its wholly owned subsidiary, Tazo Tea Company. The company's objective is to establish Starbucks as the most recognized and respected brand in the world.
It all begins and ends with the store partner. And the reason we call our headquarters a support center is because everything we do is enabling the store experience.
Our philosophy is grounded in sharing the success of Starbucks with all our partners.
Early on, we made a decision when we went public that because every employee was a shareholder, that we would call them partners.
A key part of our philosophy is to reward and recognize all our partners based on the performance of the company and performance of the individual.
If I am of service to our frontline partners, they will be that much more likely to be of service to the people who come into their stores.
They talk about things like treating each other with respect and dignity, about making diversity an essential part of everything we do, about how we give back to communities, about the quality of our coffee, and lastly, even talk about the fact that profitability and recognizing that profitability is an essential part of everything we do.
We do live by the guiding principles. They're just not words on a piece of paper. We, at the highest levels of this company, talk about them all the time. We try to make decisions based on them.
When we start to veer off course, we say, wait a minute, where's our magnetic north? It's our mission statement, it's our guiding principles, and we find our way back there. So you'll hear people talking about guiding principles, and then that drives their actions.
We seem to operate on a different set of rules. A set of rules where the customer and the partner, the employee, matter a lot more.
We want to make sure that we're also listening to our customers' needs and desires, but alignment with our guiding principles is a critical component of everything that we do.
Diversity is one of our guiding principles, and it is how we do business. Everything from how we hire partners to how we actually try to build that diversity at the leadership role and the mid-management all the way into our organization. And diversity defined not only by what you can see visually, how people look, but how people work, their behaviors, their styles, the experiences that they bring, and how that all kind of comes together to bring out the best in everybody.
The value that we add to the business is directly related to our diversity. Without that diversity of thought, without that diversity of approach, without that diversity of background, we could not provide a rich enough tapestry from which to draw upon when we try to come up with ideas and solutions. So to us, it's not a nice to do, it's a must do.
We've tried to create an environment where every single partner within Law and Corporate Affairs believes they are part of the diversity story. That permeates really everything we do, and it's from here to the store level. You know, we don't make money as a business unless people really believe that treating people with respect and dignity is an important part of our business.
Over a span of 10 years, the company's compound annual growth rate was more than 27%. Starbucks also has enjoyed 61 consecutive quarters of positive same-store sales. Here is the performance of Starbucks common stock from the IPO date of June 26, 1992 to June 12, 2007. It has performed very well for investors. In fact, the stock is up more than 4,000% since it went public in 1992.
Mission review is a measurement process, and then we even go beyond that with a process we call Partner View Survey, where we survey all of the partners in an organization to ask them how we're doing.
Mission review is taken very seriously, and it affects the way that we run the company. It affects the decisions that we make. I've never seen another company that endeavored to not only ask, but actually do something with what employees tell the executives. That's quite unique.
CSR, corporate social responsibility, is an important element of our overall business model.
Coffee is almost an artisan product, and is picked to a great degree by families. There is a great amount of care, love even, that goes into that product.
Schools, education for children, for the people that are on the farms, as well as healthcare.
We feel that we do CSR not because it's got some bottom line benefits, those are nice, but simply, frankly, because that's the right thing to do.
CAFE practices, CAFE, C-A-F-E, actually stands for Coffee and Farmer Equity. And it is a set of guidelines that we use when we go out and purchase coffee, that we can ensure that the farmers who are growing that coffee can make a profit and actually invest back into their business, support their families, the environment, and the community.
Here was an opportunity for Starbucks to show the country and minority communities really where their heart was and commitment was. And it was a very significant commitment of 125 stores, but in a way that Starbucks could show minority communities that they were equally as important to them as non-minority communities, and that they also could enjoy the Starbucks experience as much as anyone throughout the country, throughout the world.
Make Your Mark is one of those programs that we have that allows partners to engage in their communities and make a contribution, both of their time and of Starbucks donation. That may include cleaning up a park, rebuilding a playground, painting a school, doing things that improve the community in which we operate.
There are two things we do in legal to demonstrate how we live our values. And one is the diversity story that we've built and we try to take on the road. And the second is our commitment to pro bono, providing legal services for the poor. I personally interview every candidate finalist for a job in our department. They're coming from all over the globe. And I find they know about our reputation for diversity, and they know about our reputation for pro bono.
Creating an environment that is a top 100 is an environment that is at all levels of the organization. We think and talk about our business as being people business first, coffee business being second. What I spend a lot of my time doing is spending time with partners around the world, whether it's a monthly conference call with one of our countries outside of the U.S. and all of their operators for an hour just to spend time with them. I know last year I probably hand-signed over 33,000 letters that go to our partners. Being accessible says we're trying to remain small as we grow.
If you look at our record in the last several months here, for example, Starbucks Mexico is voted as one of the best places to work. And in the last week or so, we've just got the accolade in the UK, which we've been voted as one of the top 10 best places to work in the UK.
Once trust is broken, it will take twice as long to get it back than it did to earn it.
Trust is earned, and it is also fragile. You cannot take it for granted, and it has to be nurtured.
For us, that creating that trust is a foundation of the great work environment that I think we've established.
People want to be part of something that's bigger than themselves. They want to believe in something, and they will all the way until you do something that ruptures that trust.
Every day, every new situation is a new opportunity to to deepen it or fracture it.
Culture travels extremely well, and I think the underpinning for that, if you like, is the foundational values of our organization, of our company, which have to do with human dignity. It has to do with fair treatment of our farmers, all of our people, frankly, from the very beginning to the very end of the supply chain.
But I let them know the kind of company that we are, the growth that we have in front of us, and also, when you're recruiting, you don't recruit them for the position that they're in. You recruit them because their interest is going to be 2 or 3 positions beyond where they're at.
We bring out the best qualities in those people that we bring into the company, and we show them how to do that in a way that's meaningful within the Starbucks guidelines.
I think a lot of people choose to join Starbucks because of the work environment that we create, an environment where individuals can make a difference.
We are in the people business serving coffee, not the other way around. And the best way to do that is to have passionate people.
Healthcare has always been an important part of who we are as a company, and it stems from Howard's experience as a child when his father was injured in a work-related accident and didn't have health insurance, and Howard saw the effect that had on the family. So it was his commitment to create a company that would not leave anyone behind.
If we provide healthcare, that would drive engagement of our partners. It will build a community called Starbucks. And now today, 25 years later, we continue to do that.
What's important here in the United States, like healthcare benefits for part-time partners, is less important in Australia, it's less important in the UK or Canada, for example, where healthcare is a part of the basic national package anyway. What we try and do is ensure there's uniformity to the total compensation and benefits package in the view of the partner in that country.
To be eligible for healthcare benefits, our partners on average have to work only 20 hours a week. It level sets the playing field. The coverage is the same. So every year, based on the performance of the company, the board of directors allocates options based on the percentage of base salary.
We don't do these things for our partners because we're a profitable company. We fundamentally believe we're a profitable company because we do these things for our partners.
As the stock price grows, we have created value for our shareholders, at the same time created value for our partners. We have created retention as a result, and typically the value that we've created for our partners is approximately a year's worth of salary over a 4-year period.
corporations today cannot underestimate the human resource department. It is the foundation and the backbone of Starbucks, but in any organization, a human resource department has to have a seat at the table. They have to set the groundwork and the infrastructure for all things, whether it's reviews, compensation, staffing, hiring. But at Starbucks, it's even more critical because our culture is people.
We have great partners in human resources, and what they do for us is they give us the tools to assess who's going to be the best fit with Starbucks, but they also are very smart about not allowing the tools to become rules. They allow the final decision making on who we bring into the organization to be the hiring manager. So they assist us, they are of service to that front line, but ultimately they allow them to make the call.
Somebody that's strategic, somebody that understands the business, somebody that has a feel for culture both on front line and C-suite, and somebody that is without question approachable and accessible.
Invest the time in defining the principles that you're going to stand for. Once you've defined them, it's important to communicate them, but as importantly as that is, to allow people the opportunity to challenge you, to press against those, and to make sure you really stand and that your behaviors are consistent with those principles.
Here are 5 lessons that any company can take away from the Starbucks experience. 1. Trust is the foundation of performance. Study after study shows that people are proud to work for companies and leaders that are known for integrity and in whom they can trust. 2. Trust is fragile. Every interaction between a leader and an employee represents a precious opportunity to build or to break trust. 3. Communicate often in ways that support your core values. Hire, develop, and grow people based on them, and let employees know that leaders consider those values in every decision they make. 4. Involve employees in decisions that affect them. Employees who feel involved in those discussions are more likely to perceive that their leaders are acting with integrity. 5. Survey employees regularly to gauge the extent to which the behavior of leaders at all levels supports the company's mission and values. The Starbucks magic lies in its ability to be productive and to compete using employee smarts, management savvy, and constant innovation. Its HR strategy is built on a solid foundation of competitive wages and benefits and an upbeat, exciting corporate culture that emphasizes trust and social responsibility. Together, the company's business model and its HR strategy produce a stream of innovative ideas and a workforce that makes things happen. Starbucks proves that with all of those ingredients, consumers, employees, and shareholders can win. Starbucks shows that it can be done, and your organization can do it too.